Hello again, fellow drivers and car enthusiasts. Thank you for continuing to click onto this video of a Touge battle between two crossovers. Only the real ones would really consider watching such a thing, but I promise this is going to be worth it. Now, he put out a challenge, very interesting one. He wanted someone to battle on his home course, and this challenge was mainly put out towards non-locals. There's an east region and south region within our area, and each has its unique characteristics in terms of the road type and the drivers and the cars. The south region driver Scrubslav decided to put out a challenge and was pretty ambitious, even asking modified GTI and Type R owners to come visit. Now, none of the drivers could meet due to scheduling and long distance. I accepted it because I'm in the middle, not too far from me. I couldn't resist also. I had some prior seat time with the CX-5, and this would be the closest thing to a mirror match. Not many people use crossovers competitively, so this would be a nice change of pace. Similar tires, because they're both all seasons. And the design intent was that we had similar brakes. In terms of how much I know their course, I'm not a local. I won't be able to understand very minute bumps and cornering strategies like a local would. However, I did have a good amount of seat time back in 2019. This would be my return since quarantine started, so an 8-month gap, but the muscle memory would hopefully still be there. As for the setup, well, I accidentally picked up an all-wheel drive CX-5, and Scrubslav was using the front-wheel drive. He also had passengers, so the weight advantage from a front-wheel drive is pretty much neglected, and even though I would have a heavier setup from the factory, I actually had the weight advantage. We were going to do uphill and downhill, Scrubslav leading, because naturally the local would lead. If I keep up on both of them, then I would lead on a different course nearby just as a tiebreaker. And we ended up doing single lane, which threw me off at the very start. I did ask for any special requests beforehand, and nothing really came up, but that's fine. It didn't really trip me up on the uphill. For the downhill, that was where I got the most challenged because I've never actually done a single lane downhill run at pace. That being said, let's take a look at the rest of the video. Going across the bridge, we enter the section that the locals call drag strip, and you can definitely see why. It's a very high-speed segment where you mostly just have your foot to the floor, hope for the best. If you have a Miata, definitely bring some reading material because it's going to take a while. Very smooth compared to any other Touge road that I'm used to, at least. This is no longer incorporated in any of the timed sections, just because of safety reasons, but it's still very fun to see on camera. I'm not sure if he's going a try-hard pace right now, but you know, it looks like the cars are evenly matched in terms of acceleration. This is good for giving me a scope of what to expect on the actual timed section, which is coming up after this left-hander. Okay, about to begin. Gotta get a good entrance. Could have been better. That's fine. Definitely trying to get on the throttle early, rotating the car using trail braking a lot of these times. He set up better for that corner, definitely. Very similar mid-corner speed. I think we both could have carried a little bit more. It's a little bit hard to tell when he's entering on the throttle or how much lifting he's using in differentiation to me. But again, similar exit speed. a little bit of a weird shifting there. I am in S mode. This is fun. There's a bump that upsets the balance of the car here, and you can lift as you go across the bump to get a lot of rotation. Then you can get on the throttle real early. Here, just maximize the turnout lane. Here's when it gets a little bit strange. My car stays stagnant at around 5,000 RPM. He's definitely getting the jump on me here. I catch back up in the braking zone. And again, it's such a high slope. There I did lift a little bit. That could have cost me some time. Here, I'm wondering if I've made such a big mistake that I've gone this huge gap.
What's going on?
There's an example that I'll show you guys after. Maybe you guys can help determine what's going on here.
Come on. Hello. What is this about?
Here we got stuck behind the BRZ. We thought that there was going to be enough of a lead time, but that wasn't the case. Overall, this was a very solid run. Definitely Scrubslav has taken the time to master the road, and even with minimal seat time with the CX-5, he's able to apply front-wheel drive concepts. He made some Miata, I believe. I hope this inspires people. The vehicle setup should not be an excuse. I checked his tires, there's nothing special about his car as far as I could tell. Now, when it came to the acceleration difference at the very end that you saw, there's a mixed bag of opinions when I showed this to other drivers. You know, me and a few others, we swear there was no possible way that I exited so differently that he would have a big gap like that. Here's the example from a second run. Alright, going into the corner, we have, again, very similar mid-corner speed. I don't exactly know when he's accelerating, but, you know, I got on there pretty damn early. Exiting at damn near the same speed, then you start to see him crawl away just a lot, actually, not even close. And obviously I have my foot to the floor, you hear my RPMs not really going anywhere. And look at that, all the way there already, no corners. And if you actually take a look at how much of a gap that was, that's 3 seconds right there. You know, I'm not trying to find any excuses. Either way, I feel like he's held his own. He told me that I've held my own, which I'm happy to hear. Even without the acceleration issue, it was a wonderful battle. Some drivers did say that it was not an issue of the car's acceleration, but the way that I took the corner. So I really want to hear what you guys have to think about this. Leave it in the comments. Next up is the downhill. This is the one that I'm not as familiar with, especially with single lane. But hey, part of doing this is to adapt, so let's see how this goes. Right off the bat, it doesn't seem like there's too much of a difference. Similar entrance speeds, similar exit speeds. We're doing fine. I'm going harder on the brakes to keep up. Now you can see already, even on the first left-hander, I don't have the confidence like he does, taking the full limit of grip. I'm not exactly sure what the car's behavior under debris, if there is any, but Scrubslav is definitely more accustomed to the downhill. He's been practicing this, which is good. I've been telling some drivers that, hey, the uphill isn't everything. In a way, I kind of learned that double lane isn't everything either. You need to learn to do both in case you run into this type of situation. He's slowly getting a gap. It's not hugely significant right now, but, you know, I'm definitely working for this. You can see that even my smoothness is not there. Too much hand movements, but that happens when you're trying to find the limit of grip. You kind of artificially reach the limit by moving the steering wheel and feeling for it. A person who knows the course and car better would be able to maintain the limit without doing that. And here we go. Already, he is putting a huge, significant gap. Going into Dead Man Straight, and you can see I barely exit the last corner and he's already entered the next one. And that's pretty much all I can really show because he's not on screen anymore. I would say he got a 10 to 15 second lead on a 3-minute-ish course. Yeah, I definitely need to practice that. I'll be doing that in the near future, and hopefully we can get a good rematch going. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this installment of Touge Battle. Let me know if you like the commentary format. I can make some changes. I'm still playing around with how this works. So, any feedback's appreciated. And as always, love your day.